The value of eSports from the perspective I'm coming from, which is about integrity, is that we have such huge opportunity. The value is what I see, a lot of young people, very engaged, very involved, certainly at the top level when we're looking at the professional leagues. I do see audiences that are huge fans, family-based in certain countries, so that's quite interesting. And certainly I've seen also interesting industry links. So to be at an event in Odense where the Danish Air Force are themselves marketing in the big sort of exhibition hall and giving people the opportunity to trial landing a helicopter through a simulator. Now that's an interesting skill to look at, where you could actually perhaps use the skills you learn through the games that you play. But it's very interesting to be with the players who are learning themselves about their own value, their own teamwork. And I think it's a very interesting environment where you are using those skills constantly, but also using the opportunity to then, once you step away from the game, to switch off. I would hope the future is that it's going to be an industry that does recognise the need for operating standards and the enforcement of those standards where there's no adherence to those standards. We'd all hope that everybody behaves themselves on the road when we're driving a car. So the fact that sometimes people don't is what causes an accident. But if we have an engagement with people in terms of this is a sensible way forward, and I think really building in, you don't want people to be cheating you. You want this to be on skill, you want this to be on ability. I think the key priorities really are to have more sessions where people are beginning to increase their knowledge and their awareness and find ways of working together, because the danger of eSports having the imposition of some kind of authoritarian structure on any aspect of the sport does mean there's a real likelihood that it just disappears underground. What we've actually encouraged is people to come forward and play the games in public arenas and be an online presence, but it's actually now, if you like, the need to build underneath that the foundation of good behaviours, responsible ways of operating, which has got to come from within. We can't continue to police from without. People also have to take a self-responsibility. There's an interesting situation we're in where people are afraid to understand eSports because they've a perception and they've not truly understood what is going on. So we've got a lot of work still to do to communicate the differences between just simply playing a video game and the competitive league structures and how they almost work together, because it's a growing industry, so things do change. How we actually control those changes or influence the changes for the better of everybody is really just what is needed.